Hello AOS fans! It's the Agents of Sigmar. Doing a bit of Spearhead today. Ooh. Yep, I'm playing the Vigilant Brotherhood again, mainly because of the Spearhead I've got painted.
And I'm bringing the Warpspark Clawpack,
which is like mostly painted. So you're playing some skaven, I'm playing some stormcast. It's how it should be.
So you won the roll-off and chose to be the attacker, so I picked the board and the deployments, and then we've deployed models and picked our abilities. So what have you got going on, Robin?
Well, it's been just about long enough since we last played that I've completely forgotten what to do, what's a good thing to do. But I have put my boss over here on the left-hand side, the Lord Vigilant. He is there. The Lord Veritant is hoping to actually do something in the battle today. He is hiding behind this wall, which is not a good start.
Can't see him at all.
He's got a big load of liberators behind him who may be running for here. Perhaps in the middle we have my prosecutors, who are normally my MVPs in this game.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I'm really not looking forward to this. And because I'm really not looking forward to that, the first thing I chose on here was the ward save, because this does mortal wounds. That big cannon thing does mortal wounds. I've given the boss some a ward save, 5+ ward save. That is a hallowed scrolls.
Hello, scroll.
And the other thing I've chosen is their regiment ability. Once per battle, I can strike where needed, which is the ability to retreat out of combat and then charge, because it's quite useful.
So on my side of the board, I have put the Warp Lightning Cannon right in the corner here. Hopefully get some shots off before you charge into it. And I've got it screened with the unit of Clan Rats with my Grey Seer. I've then got my Storm Fiends right in the middle of the board. They are fantastic models, but they're not painted yet. And then on the right flank over here, a little unit of probably going to die soon Clan Rats again. For my abilities, I've got my 3 claw steps ahead ability, which I can always use, which enables me to make 1 move in your movement phase each turn. For my regiment abilities, I picked Endless Swarm of Rats, which means that for my 2 Clan Rat units, instead of getting D3 back at the end of each turn, I get D6. And the last thing I've picked is for my leader, he has the Skilled Manipulator, which means he gets a 4+ ward save whilst he's within 1 inch of the friendly Clan Rats. That's on to round 1.
Fairly cagey start for me, turn 1. My boss just moved over here, grabbed this objective and stood very suspiciously just inside Pete's half.
I wonder why.
My other wizard ran over here, and he's really feeling quite vulnerable over here now. Toyed with charging him, then realised that Pete's Clan Rats do 2 attacks each. Well, 10 of them could be very nasty, especially as he wouldn't get to go first, because they also charged the prosecutors in over here, and they didn't do very well against these big rat things, and the big rat things have killed one of my prosecutors already. Could be bringing back reinforcements very soon.
You did save 4 out of 5.
Oh, I know, I did. That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. The twist really wasn't in my favour. It was one of these ones where you had to roll off because there was no underdog, because it was the first turn. Pete won that roll off, and he chose Nurgle's Rot from the Grandfather's Blessing card, which enabled me, he could choose one of my units and subtract 1 from the save roll. So these guys with the Rem 1 were only rolling off 5, but as Pete said, I did manage to roll 4 of them.
Boom.
So actually these are really quite nasty, and I'm slightly regretful about charging in, but you kind of have to have combat somewhere along the line. It's pretty unavoidable. But I try telling that to the Liberators, because they've literally moved 5 inches and still standing on the edge of this objective here,
I'm quite happy, thank you very much.
and just waiting their moment.
You hold 3 objectives, you scored 3 glory for that.
And I scored 2 cards. I scored Raid, because my leader over there is standing suspiciously inside enemy territory. And I scored Do Not Waver, because I made a fight action, but my unit is still intact. I've got 1 card left.
So it's on to my round 1. Round 1 for me has gone largely how I'd expected. I've ended up charging over here with my Clan Rats into your guy. In the middle here, there is now a gap where there used to be 3 birdie boys. On the right flank, these guys are now getting ready to receive a charge over here, which I think is inevitable. Over here, I managed to give these guys 3 extra control score from the Will of the Horned Rat, and he used his Wither to shoot one of the birdie boys off. So I did only kill 1 of these guys, and you made like 8 out of 10 saves.
I did make an awful lot of saves.
A huge amount, but he did still die.
Yeah.
And my Warp Cannon over here did only just about manage to put a couple of wounds onto your guy, and then the Clan Rats put another couple on. So he's on 2 wounds remaining, and no more Bird Dog is left there.
The Bird Dog went in the ward save.
He's in trouble. So I hold 2 objectives, I get 2 points for that, and I also scored War of Attrition because I killed 1 of your units and none of my units died. I am now on 3 points and you're on 5. Oh dear, so I'm the underdog going into round 2.
So my round 2, a slightly mixed round, but I think things are going okay. These guys, you cursed them because the twist was grasping vines, and you made them slow down. So they tried to run into here with a vague chance of using my special ability to charge, but then I only rolled a 1, so they didn't really do very well. So they just stood there. But in any case, you used your after my movement to move these even further away. So there was
3 claw steps
really
ahead.
no chance of me trying to charge them. My wizard guy's dead.
Oh dear.
And he really didn't cover himself in at all in glory. He missed with his special attack again, his hero ability again. I think I've hit with that once in all the games we've played. And then he completely missed all of his attacks and killed literally no rats.
No rats at all.
And then the rats killed him. The spearmen had a round of shooting into that unit, and then they had a round of combat, and they took them down to about 4, but then you brought 5 of them back.
Yep.
So
there's 9 there.
Net gain of 1.
Yep.
And then over here, my leader charged in. He managed to get towards that board edge, which will be very relevant in a minute. Killed quite a lot, but you brought 2 back. Didn't kill the whole unit.
Yep.
So mixed fortune. I kind of thought I didn't want to get tangled up with the clan rats, and it's kind of proving why. That said, my master plan still worked out because I'm controlling 3 objectives, and I scored all 3 of my cards because I needed to hold this one, and that board edge, and I'm doing all that. So, yeah, boo, sucks to you. So that takes me up to 11.
Boo! On to my round 2. So my round 2 has gone a lot better than I'd hoped, to be honest. I managed to use my Will of the Horned Rat on these guys, but I couldn't wither anybody. In the shooting, however, these guys pretty much almost completely annihilated your unit and then charged in and finished you off.
They are filthy.
They are horrific.
Disgusting. Of all the units we've played in the game, they are the most disgusting.
They feel like the most OP so far to me. Over here as well, the Warp Lightning Cannon zapped a couple of your birdmen off the board because I rolled 12 on my hits.
So you've done, out of a possible 24, you've done 23 hits with that cannon.
It's been pretty good, although the wounds, the number of more wounds, it was only 4 in the end.
It was enough.
But that was enough to delete 2, and then they clawed the last guy apart and then got the last Skaven back again, so there's all 10 there. And over on this side, these guys run away, retreated in Skaven fashion. 3 of them died for retreating, and then 3 of them came back at the end. So I then stood on all the 3 middle objectives on the board. I also scored raid because I have this unit wholly within your territory, not in combat, thanks to that round of absolutely filthy attacks, which I think my dice have been very lucky with them as well. I take the flanks because I have a unit within 3 inches of both short edges with both of my units of clan rats. And I also have Do Not Waver because I used a fight ability and none of my units got destroyed this turn. So as you pointed out, you've got 1 unit left.
Yes.
This guy at the minute. You have got the other guys coming back on in a minute, and you did pull this objective away from me. So it's over to Robin's round 3.
Yeah, you've still got the underdog as well because I am winning 11-9.
The 11-9.
My round 3 went about as well as could be expected. Over here I brought these back and they charged in. Now these rats live a charmed life. Anything in this zone is charmed. I rolled terribly and I killed 2 despite having +1 to hit, and you just brought them back anyway. You did 1 damage, so your roll wasn't great either.
But they're clan rats, so I don't expect it.
But I did enough to be holding this territory and enough to be near this flank, which was touch and go. If you killed more than enough, you could have contested it here and stopped me there, which would have been very annoying. And he's on the flank, so we will score take the flanks in a moment. I did here have much more success, although only just the right amount of success, and killed the entire unit of clan rats. And so I won that objective. So I've got these 3 objectives to score 3, and I get take the flanks, and I get hold this piece of terrain in my territory. So I've got 5. I've got 1 card left.
16, and I've got 9.
Yeah.
Into my round 3. So my round 3 went pretty well overall, I think. I trundled the cannon over a bit and then realised I still wasn't actually in range of your general. It was like about 1 inch out. Story of my life. And then I ran my Warlock Gracier over here after he failed to cast all his spells, so he was great use this time round. Over here the fight continued. I killed 1 of your guys from the Warp Lightning Cannon, and that was it.
And the rest, in effect, I managed to kill 1 rat, which immediately popped back again.
You clubbed a couple of rats and it didn't make a difference because they popped back up. And then over this side I it was half an inch in it, managed to get these guys in. You attacked first and actually nearly nearly killed off 2.
If I killed 2, it would have been because you wouldn't have controlled that objective.
I wouldn't have picked that objective up.
It
No,
would have been much nicer for me. But
I've got one guy on 1 roll left.
Anyway.
Yeah, you did pretty nicely, and I didn't kill you. You managed to nut away a lot of wounds.
I did a lot of.
There was a quad 6 in there.
Yeah.
So he's on 3 wounds left still. I have picked up now 4 objectives. I get 4 points for these 2 because I get 1 each, and I've got the.
You got the Reclaim Giran twist.
Yeah, so that gives me 4.
Was absolutely clutch for you for being the underdog.
I also have the Inax dice over that side of the board, and I also have the Behemoth dice over that side of the board. So in total, I'm now up to 16.
16 plays 16.
Oh my god!
I think that twist
4.
is going to be what settles it.
It might be.
Round 4. Hanging in there. Charged the general, killed him. Unfortunately, I've thrown away my general, kill the general objective card, which, you know, it's one of these things, if I'd learnt the cards better, I might have kept hold of it because the other ones that I picked up weren't so good. But however, I did use an Arcane Bolt card to shoot the remaining wound off of one of those. There's only one of those left now. And I scored the one for taking back or for completely destroying a unit and having nobody die on my side, so that was quite good. I've got 2 objectives, and I've got an extra one for this one because I won the roll off for the twist, and it was pick an objective, and if you control it, get an extra point. So I got 4, so I'm up to 20.
You actually managed to
over here. Yes, I actually finally had a good roll. So actually, it's 3 plays 4 over here at the moment.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting.
So 20 plays 16. On to my last turn. So my last round, and it was down to the wire here. I brought back these guys, because I forgot to bring them back last round actually. They've been wiped out and I didn't bring them back then.
Which is very kind of you, because it meant you nearly lost the game.
Yeah, so I brought them back, and then they both charged your general, and he is inconspicuously absent now because my Storm Fiend managed to blatterate him in the end.
Splattered him. Well, I rolled the reverse of my previous war save roll.
Quad 1s almost. So he died. Over this side, I shot at those guys with my Warp Lightning Cannon, and I managed to obliterate 1, 2 mortal wounds, nice and neatly took 1 out. And then combat-wise over here, you killed 2 of my rats.
I came very close
to
overturning it there, though. Of course, you haven't rolled to bring them back.
How many do I get back? 4. So at the end, I control 4 objectives. So I get 3 victory points for that, which takes me up to 19.
Yeah.
And then I score Hold Ground, and I score the Tricothian dice because I still hold the middle here, and I've got plenty of people around here. So it is 21 to 20.
What a game. That twist in the middle where you got 2 extra points. I told you it was going to be the difference between us, and it was.
It really was.
Yeah.
And even though you've only got 2 fighters left on the board at the end, it was so close.
It was really close.
1 victory point in it.
1 victory. What a game.
Close. What
a game. I mean, I thought I was going to be absolutely shredded because I work out a lot. Because these guys just are horrible.
Storm Fiends are overpowered.
Yeah, they seem to be. Although they are cumbersome on the board, so they can't do a lot of control for you.
That was really tricky to get them where I wanted them to be.
Yeah, so you got a clutch roll where you managed to charge and get really big roll into this half. That helped you a lot. But they are really hard to take down. Although I got a lucky roll with my general and nearly took 2 of them out in one go.
That is true. The Warp Lightning Cannon, whilst it looks fantastic and feels like it's quite terrifying with its 2d6 mortal wounds, forced to hit means you're doing on average 3 to 4 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's still not bad.
But you didn't utilise it as well as I suppose you obliterated the guy.
Yes, that's true. He did get blasted quite a bit.
The prosecutors.
Yeah.
They took the brunt of it a couple of times. I mean, they were useless. They're normally my MVP. They were pretty useless in this game.
Yeah, it's strange how that's changed it this time around. Yeah. All of your guys have died and come back, and none of mine have. Apart from my cameras at the end over here.
Because the last 2 prosecutors left at the end have already died once. This Skaven army feels better than the Skaven army from the Skaven Tide box. It could be wrong, but we've only played it once, but it feels stronger.
It does feel stronger. I wonder how useful the Warp Lightning Cannon could be, because I feel like if you can get a good charge in on it early, it just won't ever function.
Yeah, but you really managed to mess that up. In fact, if you keep it near your ogres at the beginning, I'm not going near that at all.
I feel like the ogres are the ones that you need to try and mortal wound to pieces because they've got no ward save.
Right, okay. I actually don't deliver very many mortal wounds though.
No, that is one of the problems with that army, I think.
Yeah. I think in Spearhead, being able to keep units on the board and run and take the objectives is actually the way to win. I mean, we haven't played a lot, but that just feels like the way to win. I almost did it, but I don't think I quite got far enough. I almost wondered at one point whether to retreat from here and run over here, just because controlling an objective.
But of course, the only problem is you can't retreat and run, so you only get to make your regular movement.
Yeah,
so that's the problem.
There was nothing to charge.
So there you go. Only 1 point in it. That was one of our closest games, apart from when we've tied.
Yeah.
But really enjoyed that. Hopefully you all did at home. Let us know in the comments below. So don't forget to click that like button.
And click that subscribe button.
And don't forget to ring the bell so that you get all of our notifications in the future.
And do please leave comments below what spearheads and things you'd like to see us do next.
So we'll see you soon, maybe in the mortal realm.